Hey there, pirates. Welcome aboard the Anime No Mi channel. After his training with Dracula Mihawk, Zoro has hidden a mystery behind his scarred eye. For a long time, there have been theories that this eye remains closed because it hides an unknown ocular power, something that might actually come to light due to the events in the manga and his brief conversation with Vegapunk. In today's video, we'll reveal what happened during Zoro and Mihawk's training, how Zoro got that scar on his eye, and what mysteries this eye might be hiding. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. Guys, Zoro is one of the most skilled characters in the world of One Piece, standing out as one of the most powerful swordsmen in the world. His dexterity and expertise with the sword place him at a high level, only behind a few legendary swordsmen like Mihawk and Shanks. To reach the level of these exceptional swordsmen, Zoro underwent intense training, dedicating himself tirelessly to improving his skills so that he could achieve his dream, and the promise he made to a special person in his past, the dream of becoming the greatest swordsman in the world, the title given to the one capable of defeating any swordsman in the world. But Zoro's dreams alone were not enough for him to reach the level he needed, especially to protect his crew. During this rigorous period of learning, Zoro not only refined his swordsmanship, but also acquired impressive new techniques. These newly acquired skills allowed him, in the present, to deliver a formidable blow capable of cutting even Kaido, one of the most resilient and feared pirates in the world of One Piece. But this was only possible after he trained with someone he never imagined could one day become an ally Dracula Mihawk, the current greatest swordsman in the world. Since Mihawk was the former rival of Shanks, they both competed for the title of the world's greatest swordsman. However, after Shanks lost his arm protecting Luffy from an attack, Mihawk took the title. Knowing this, in his first encounter with Mihawk, Zoro decided to face him, but he lost quickly. Mihawk intended to take Zoro's life, but recognized Zoro's great potential. So, Mihawk wanted to show Zoro the vast power gap between them, sparing him a tragic end. Mihawk allowed Zoro to survive and train so that one day he could surpass him. But that time was not enough for Zoro. After all, at the Sabaody Archipelago, we saw Zoro witness his defeat and what he thought at the time was the end of his allies' lives. On that day, he could do nothing. He could only watch everyone being defeated, not strong enough to protect them. On that day, when sent to Kuraigana Island, Zoro realized he had a second chance, and he could not waste it. Zoro now felt not only weak, but also read in the newspapers about his captain losing his brother at Marineford. This made Zoro set aside his pride. For him, his friends were more important, and now he desired to become stronger, surpass the impossible, and become invincible, no matter what he needed to abandon. He needed to protect the people who trusted him. Zoro then bowed to Mihawk. The Straw Hat Swordsman begged to be trained by the one he once vowed to defeat, and Mihawk, in turn, came to admire Zoro for his attitude and agreed to help him evolve. Meeting Mihawk again was not Zoro's choice. This time, he did not intend to challenge him. Instead, he chose to absorb every lesson, every observation, and use it as fuel for his relentless determination to surpass his own limits on his path to becoming the greatest swordsman in the world. His training was quite complicated. Mihawk pushed Zoro to his limits to become stronger, so Zoro went through many hardships with rigorous training. At the beginning of his training, Zoro had to fight various human drills with the ability to analyze and copy abilities, in this case, copying swordsman skills, copying Mihawk's techniques and blade skills. Fighting them, Zoro refined his skills. During those days, Zoro's first major challenge was the leader of that group, and also the most powerful among them. Zoro had to face a gigantic Kumandrel, who was much more experienced in swordsmanship than those Zoro faced previously. It copied many of Mihawk's techniques accurately. Although it did not reach the level of the current hidden Yonkou, it was much stronger than the others, even possessing a copy of Mihawk's Yoru sword. Of course, that gigantic creature did not possess the same level of skill as Mihawk, but these were just warm-ups for the real challenge that would come later. Through these creatures, Zoro learned the basic concept of haki and strengthened himself to face his true challenge. During this period, Zoro was introduced to the complex worlds of Kenbun-shoku haki and Busa-shoku haki. These techniques not only expanded his capabilities as a swordsman, but also allowed him to face Logia users, including imposing challenges like Kizaru. During this intense training period, Zoro was fully aware of the abysmal power disparity that separated him from Mihawk. He recognized that attempting to face the greatest swordsman in the world again without significantly improving his skills would result in inevitable defeat. Zoro strengthened himself, training tirelessly until he was ready for his true challenge, facing Mihawk, a worthy opponent with whom Zoro could train and develop his skills. But as was evident, Mihawk would be a significant challenge for Zoro. During Zoro and Mihawk's training, at some point, Mihawk cut one of Zoro's eyes, weakening part of his vision, but apparently it was not something that bothered Zoro during his training. The training Mihawk imposed on Zoro was incredibly grueling. The master swordsman pushed Zoro to his limits repeatedly, forcing him to become more resilient, faster, and stronger. There were moments when Zoro was on the brink of death, completely exhausting his energy. However, giving up was not an option for the young swordsman, and the injury to Zoro's eye was not the only one he received. In the subsequent fights, Mihawk was skilled enough to injure Zoro multiple times, inflicting minor cuts and bruises over the 2 years. However, during a particularly intense moment of this training, Mihawk decided to cut one of Zoro's eyes. Zoro, now with a scar and deprived of vision in one eye, continued his training with unwavering determination. Each wound, each mark, became a testament to his tireless dedication to becoming the greatest swordsman in the world, even if it meant sacrificing part of his own vision. In fact, the loss of vision in one of his eyes ended up becoming an essential quirk in Zoro's evolution as a swordsman. Under Mihawk's guidance, he learned to adapt to this new condition, turning an apparent limitation into a strategic advantage. With the loss of vision in one eye, Zoro refined his remaining senses, especially his Kenbun Shoku Haki, the observation haki, which expanded his perception of the environment around him. He not only became more attentive to his opponent's movements, but also developed a remarkable ability to anticipate attacks and reactions. Mihawk has the title Hawk Eyes because of his eyes capable of seeing long distances. They are not special eyes, do not have a special ability, or anything like that. Mihawk's eyes are naturally sharp. He has a great ease in seeing and can calculate a perfect way to cut his opponents. So, even though his eyes do not have powers or enhanced ocular capabilities, he sees very well with them. His title is based on his eyes, as Mihawk values vision. As a form of punishment or enhancement of Zoro's senses, he decided to take part of Zoro's vision, forcing Zoro to refine not only one of his eyes, but also to enhance his senses during combat. After all, we can imagine that Mihawk's vision is especially due to observation haki. Zoro's cut eye, far from being a weakness, became a symbol of his determination and resilience. He learned to trust his instincts and enhanced abilities to overcome the disadvantages that the loss of vision might have caused. That eye, now sharp and perceptive, became a vital tool in his arsenal, allowing him to discern crucial details during combat. Moreover, this scar is not just physical, it is a visible representation of his arduous training and the battles he faced during his 2 years with Mihawk. The scar became a constant reminder of his journey, serving as a testament to the price he was willing to pay to become even stronger. Oda mentioned that this was something he wanted to convey, creating a visual representation to show Zoro's training. Thus, Zoro's eye has a power, but not something we should see in the series, but rather the power Zoro gained after fully mastering all his senses to hide his weakness and turn it into strength. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.